energetic alignment to your potential doesn't actually mean for waiting for the moon to be full. It doesn't mean the planets lining up for you to feel good on a certain day. Although they're useful, these things are only part of the picture. The main way to energetically align yourself to your future and your potential is quite different. Being energetically aligned isn't just a concept, you see. It requires embodiment, and it does take action on your part. But the actions that I'm talking about here don't come with a direct outcome. So basically, it's up to you whether or not you make your idea of being energetic aligned real. So let me explain a little bit more. Your potential is fluid. It evolves as you do. And although you may have a strong idea of what your potential will look like, you're only envisioning it through the very limited lens of your human expectation, all based on what you've experienced in your life so far. However, as I'm sure you've heard and as I'm sure you're aware, your potential is absolutely amazing and much more than you can imagine. It's vast, and there are many, many possibilities for it within the realm of your energy. And this is where the disconnect lies in our idea of energetic alignment. How can you energetically align to something you can't define? It's a question, yeah? Big question. Well, in my up-and-coming 3-day mini training, The Shamanic Shift, I will be dedicating a whole day, a whole single session on day 1 to energetic alignment, so that you can feel the intangible benefits of expanding into all aspects of your life and business with that as your kind of leader. But right now, here are some steps that you can start with right in this moment, because energetic alignment is not a one and done. It requires your focus, it requires your dedication, it requires rinse and repeat, really. So the first step is to know yourself. I mean, it's a big thing, isn't it? The first step, know yourself, and you can do this incrementally. Ask yourself, how do you show up when you experience challenge? How do you show up when you experience opportunity, conflict, joy? Notice and build your awareness of what affects your state of being. Recognition is always the first step to shifting towards growth. Step 2 is about observing yourself in your life, getting very comfortable with who you are, continually exploring your subconscious patterns and how they impact your thoughts, your behaviours and your actions. And then step 3 is to be open to new opportunities and embrace change. Now, this sends a signal that you're available to manifest your ideas into your reality. Not everything will happen in the way that you think it will, but if you're open for serendipitous meetings or new ideas to pop in and to change direction, the message is that you trust yourself. The message is that you are open for what is coming towards you. And it may be that you have a complete turnaround in what you thought you wanted along the way. Now, these 3 steps are very important in energetic alignment, and they're not external really, they're internal. They're things that are to do with you, how you explore yourself. Step 4 is about getting excited about the future. So often we worry about the future. Will it be good? Will I have enough? Will I be loved? But if we can make a simple shift to, I'm really curious to find out what's coming into my life in the future, the whole energetic vibration around your projection shifts, and energetic alignment to possibility and potential lands. And that's when these new ideas and new opportunities come towards you. So energetic alignment isn't about everything going your way all the time. And it isn't about always feeling great when you're doing something, because sometimes you've actually got to shift something within you in order to align yourself, yeah? Now, I've talked about a lot of intangibles today, things that you take action on within yourself, not to ignore, to become aware, to really explore different ways of behaviour and your kind of input into who you are going to become as you go along, because every day you become something new. So I thought what I would give you are some tangible journaling prompts that you can write down and be curious about the answers to them. There's 5 journaling prompts. Where have I been? Energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally. Just sit with that idea. Where have you been? What's your life been so far? And, let's look at it in these 4 realms, in your energetics, in your physical, in your emotional, and in your mental realms here. And then ask yourself, where am I now? Because it's likely to be different. Same thing though, energetically, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And then ask yourself, where am I going? Then we have 2 more questions. What's stopping me is simple, yeah? What's stopping me? And I bet that you will know that there's something within you that you need to develop in order to align more fully to the idea of your potential, to the idea of the possibility in your life and new opportunities. And that brings us to the final question, the final journaling prompt, which is, what do I need to develop? So I'll just repeat those quickly again. They'll come up. We'll put them in the comments, I think. Where have I been energetically, physically, emotionally, and mentally in your life? Where am I now? Where am I going? What's stopping me? And what do I need to develop? So why don't you have a think about those things? Think about the 4 steps that I've given you around energetic alignment that may be a little bit different to what you think. And then come and join me for more of this in my 3-day mini training, The Shamanic Shift, where you'll learn to be your own North Star with your energetic alignment. I'm going to be covering a whole day on energetic alignment and why it's a different thing to what we're taught. I'm going to be talking about how to befriend your ego and use this really powerful part of your psyche for personal growth. And on the final day, I'm going to be talking about how to connect, ignite, and effectively use the intuitive leader within you. You all know your intuition, but often we forget and we doubt what we're going to be doing with it. What the messages that come, we just doubt them. So these 3 days in my Shamanic Shift are all about opening up to your potential even more, but in different ways than you thought about, mainly because your potential is so undefined, it is so huge, and it is so amazing. So I hope to see you there. We begin at the beginning of October, and you'll find the link in my bio. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.